Hello everyone, welcome back into Let's Play Fallout 3. Okay, learn the history of Rebel City. We're gonna talk about where Rebel City can be, like it became. Okay, gonna be a little faster go. Said I don't have that much of shots of a sniper anymore. Okay. Seems look like fine on to me. Rebel City. Okay. Who's that? Is that someone? Oh. Okay. Toilet. Okay. I'm truly so. Hey.
Please help me. I need water. I'm dying.
I have to go.
Please, help me.
Okay. Security interface. Hey.
Welcome to Rivet City. Please wait while the bridge extends.
Okay. Think I better not go with the weapon drone now. And let's go with the style maybe. That we cannot be. Dangerous.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City.
I'm looking for my father.
And who might your father be? If he lives on this boat, I know him.
I'm sure you don't know him. He lived in the vault his whole life.
Oh yeah? And I'm a fairy princess. You keep up this smart-ass attitude, and you're gonna wind up floating face down in the river.
Why do it matter who he is? Just let me pass. He's disappeared and I'm just trying to find him, that's all.
Alright. You can go on in. If I hear about any trouble, you're gonna wind up in the river. You get me?
Sure. For you,
Hey there.
River City Security. Parker, hey.
Is there a problem?
I'm kind of lost, can you help me? What did Mola decided to live on this rust old top?
We're the safest, most secure city in the wasteland. Nothing can get in here without our say-so.
Do you know about River City history?
I don't exactly have time to worry about the history around here, now do I? I've got to worry about what's happening on it now.
Okay, I'm lost.
I suppose.
Where is Dr. Lab?
At the stern. That's the west end to you.
Okay, thanks.
Carry on then.
Oh, anyway. What about you? River City Security, it's totally will be nothing to say. Alright. Toward the stairwell. Okay. Alright, we need new city. Engar. Marketplace. Marketplace. That's not bad. No damn idea. Cat bridge. Room, tent room, it's Senate lab. Okay, let's take a peek with the people. Anyway. Well. Okay. Lock. It's open. Wow, who's living here anyway?
Stay chill.
Strayer.
Ted Strayer. You can chill with me if you want, dude.
Chill. Sounds like a pain man. Plan man. Do you actually do anything here in River City?
You mean, like fix stuff? Nah, I just hang out, dude. I've got enough chems to last a while. Oh yeah.
Can I ask you about River City history?
Dude, I only just got here myself. Ain't nothing I can tell you.
See you later, Ted.
Later, dude.
Okay.
Evening.
May Mola.
Stay away from me. What do you want? Are you one of them?
Yes, I am one of them. Have been for years. I am not going to hurt you. What are you so scared of?
I suppose it doesn't matter if I tell you. I used to be a slave. I saw a slaver on this ship. His name is Sister. I'm afraid he's after me.
Don't worry, I will never turn into a runaway slave. So you escaped slave? Now I understand. Okay, it's none of my business. But don't worry, I will never turn into a runaway slave.
Really? Oh, thank you. Can you help me? I've been so worried with him around. I can hardly sleep at night.
Here, 25 caps, maybe you can buy yourself a gun. Let me think about it. You on your own, okay? Let me think about it.
I am at your mercy.
Okay.
Well, are you going to help me or turn me over to the slaver?
You can here 25 caps, maybe you can buy yourself a gun.
Thank you. I'll go to Flak and Shrapnel's just before closing. I don't have anything to give you, but I think I can trust you with a secret. If you ever go up north, there is a secret slave hideout called Temple of the Union. You might find them useful.
Okay. Hey you, Master Lopez.
Don't mind me. Haven't run into you before. You probably wouldn't remember me anyway. I'm Mr. Lopez.
Hi, Mr. Lopez. Why will I remember you?
Nobody does. I'm not very memorable. Don't worry. It won't be a problem for much longer.
I
Alright.
heard that the city council is debating putting railings on the flight deck.
Who
Well,
else?
I hope they do
Him.
something.
Hey,
Remember
right.
that child that fell off the
Hey.
deck last
Good.
Yeah? What do you want?
You don't have to be such a bitch. It's what are you, a son running around here? Here can I get the stuff? Okay. Is that your son running around here?
Yeah, that's James. My own little troublemaking brat. I'd sell him to you if they'd let me. Unless you've got any more personal questions, I'm busy.
year.
Wait,
Yeah? What do you want?
you don't have to be such a bitch.
Oh, really? My husband ran off and got himself killed and left me to raise his little brat. So don't you tell me how I should or shouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah? What do you want?
Here, can I get a stiff drink?
The Muddy Rudder. Bell waters down the liquor, but it's cheap. It's on the lower deck.
Okay.
That was bad. I'm sure
I'm Zagreb. So you are.
What do you want?
So where your family?
My mom is probably drunk, and my dad's dead. Is that good enough for you, asshole?
Jesus Christ. Very well. Okay. Who are you? Diego.
I'm Diego, the acolyte for St. Monica's.
Who is this Saint Monica?
St. Monica saved her own son's soul from eternal damnation. She is now the patron saint of lost children for the faithful everywhere. You really should come to church on Sunday mornings. The sermon will be all about St. Monica.
I like to make a donation. There a church in River City?
Oh yes, Father Clifford conducts services every Sunday morning. You should come.
If you actually call it, who a priest?
Father Clifford. The sanctuary is in the ship's fore on the upper deck. The good father holds services every Sunday morning.
Could I ask you about River City history?
I heard tell the place used to be run by raiders until someone cleared the whole place out, but I don't really know for sure.
Goodbye.
God bless you.
And you?
Yes, sir?
Angela Stelly. Why is that James Hargrave as such a brat?
James's mom, Tammy, is a real bitch. She treats him like crap. I think it's because she drinks too much.
Why, it's like living on a giant ship. What?
It's noisy, dark, and smelly. But we're safe here. No super mutants or raiders, and maybe Dr. Lee will find a way to get clean water for us.
So what the story of with Dr. Lee?
She's not very social. Stays in her lab in the stern. She's smart, though. Real smart.
Okay, do a man on this ship give you much trouble?
You mean like hitting on me? No. Most of them are polite. Even the ones like Diego that I'd want to flirt with seem to ignore me.
So you and Diego are in love?
Well, one of us is. Sometimes it seems like he doesn't even know I'm there.
Unfortunately, you can force a man attentions. Your woman just seduced him. Men are such pigs, forget it. Forget him? Your woman just seduced him.
Yeah, right. I don't think I could get him drunk enough to do that. I wish I had some ant pheromones. Trini says they would make any man lose control.
Could I ask you about River City history?
I heard the place was settled by mercenaries who used to scavenge DC, but I don't really know.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, see you.
Do it, that quest. So, all very long afraid of a man named Sister in River City, who she thinks is slave. It seems that Angela Stelly has a crush on Diego because he is priest. He's been resistant here. She seems to think that, and pheromones might help to seduce him. Pheromones? I don't think so, I don't. Let's write quest. Okay. What else? Security lab.
Who are
You?
you? Got any psycho? I could really use a fix, but I'm broke. I run the chem shop, but I'm broke. I can't buy chems.
Why? Don't you just take them from your shop?
My wife, Cindy, she's always watching the inventory. If I take any, she'll lock me out.
Why? Are you guys living on this boat?
It's a place to live, safe from raiders and super mutants. With Dr. Lee on our side, maybe we can even begin to rebuild the world.
I'm trying to find out River City history. Can you help?
Huh? History? What history? There's no history here, man.
I got to run, Paul.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yes.
River City card. Girl, go. Oh, come on, don't be crush. Hit back. Oh, wait.
Dedicated to solving real problems.
Bubblehead.
Yes.
You found a World Limited Edition Bubblehead? This inscription of a base reach, it takes the smartest individual to realize that there's always more to learn. Human intelligence is beat permanently, please.
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake, the technology in that android...
What's at stake? You won't tell me what's at stake. Vagaries and secrecy. A robot's a robot, Zimmer, no matter how shiny the paint job. Now, please.
Ignorance and facetiousness. That's all you people are good for. Shiny paint job indeed. You can't even imagine the Commonwealth's accomplishments.
You know, if you're so smart, maybe you could help us, But no, that never even crossed your mind. Go peddle your selfishness somewhere else.
Fine, but I'm not leaving. Not until I've spoken to Dr. Lee. I'll be here when she's ready to abandon her chemistry set and talk real science.
Suit yourself.
Hey,
Hey there.
I'm looking for my father. Have you seen him?
Look, some of us are trying to get work done here. There have been enough disruptions recently. Anybody coming through here would have to talk to Dr. Lee. Why don't you go bother her about it?
Is Dr. Lee as smart as they say she is?
She's certainly head and shoulders above most everyone else around here. Though, that's not saying much.
Can I get a drink around here? Preferably somewhere clean?
The Weatherly Hotel is a good choice. It's on the upper deck.
Okay, thanks.
Later.
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered. Are you by any chance for hire?
That depends. What exactly are we talking about here?
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
Missing property? What kind of a property?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
Sounds like slavery to me. You sure we don't wander off on purpose?
Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. Can you enslave a generator or a water purifier? Of course not. The same principle applies. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere here in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it.
I be compensated for my service, right?
Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends.
Sure. I'll look into finding your android for you.
Excellent! Locate my android and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that.
I need to know more about what I'm dealing with. What is an android exactly?
Forget everything you know about robots. Those buckets are mere children's toys compared to the real thing. Androids have fake skin and blood and are programmed to simulate human behavior, like breathing. They can even eat and digest food realistically.
So, any suggestions for finding this android?
Like I said, I suspect he's had facial reconstruction and possibly even a mind wipe. Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with these people, there may be records. Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. See if he knows anything. He's a doctor, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy trying to ignore my surroundings.
If this android wandered off, why will he want a new mind and face?
Maybe he didn't exactly wander off. Maybe he fled. Escaped captivity, as it were, if he began to misinterpret his situation. It's possible my android sought to forget his previous life, wipe away all memory, all guilt, trick himself into believing he really is human. So no, he may not be just an ordinary robot, but he's certainly not human, no matter how badly he wishes it so. I made him. I want him. End of story.
Why will android feel guilty? Come on, Zipper, what are you telling me?
By God, you're as annoying as you are clever.
Sure.
Very well. I'll tell you what you want to know, if it helps you locate my property. The duty of this particular unit was the hunting and capturing of other escaped androids. Yes, others have escaped. It's one of the side effects of having such an advanced AI. Machines start to think for themselves, fool themselves into believing they have rights. And so, this particular android may have believed he'd done something wrong, immoral, and wanted to forget those deeds. Satisfied now?
Okay, so if others have escaped, why are you coming after this one?
This particular android, designation A321, is different, special, the most advanced synthetic humanoid I've ever developed. The others, like my escort Armitage there, are all older models, easily replicated. But A321? It will take years to recreate him. So you see, this android must be located at all costs. The others are all acceptable losses, but A321, he is irreplaceable.
So tell me about the Commonwealth.
The Commonwealth itself is nothing but a war-ravaged quagmire of violence and despair. Inside the sealed environment of the Institute, however. But the Institute's affairs are none of your concern. Your undeveloped mind couldn't even begin to comprehend what we've accomplished.
Okay, do you know the history behind River City?
Looks to me like a giant boat ran aground and a bunch of savages moved in. History lesson over.
That's it, okay.
Of course you do.
And you, Hermit? Okay.
That's close enough. Keep your hands where I can see them.
For you?
What do you want?
Please.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Wait, how do you know who I am? Have we met?
You were too young to remember, and I suppose James never spoke of me. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your parents many years ago. Now I run the science lab here in Rivet City. It was all I had left. When your mother died, your father decided to leave with you. He abandoned our work. We had no choice but to do the same.
I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
He is about me. This is about my father. Now, where is he?
Your father is no longer here, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't use that tone with me.
I'm sorry, could you please tell me where he gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
There is this old app of yours.
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Can you remind me where my father went? Now, can you tell me more about my parents?
I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know?
What was my father like back then?
James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again.
I never know my mother. What can you tell me about her?
Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you.
Why did my mother die? What happened?
Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could.
I understand. I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough.
Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Is there any way you can help me out?
Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or your chasing after him. I'm sorry.
Come on, isn't there anything you can do to help?
I'm sorry, I am not in a position to help you. You understand, I have enough to worry about already.
I'd like to know a bit more about you.
What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now.
Tell me about this project you're working on with my father.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?
What was this? What the point of this?
It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated.
Why didn't it work?
We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment.
Why did you stop working on it? What happened?
You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the purifier.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what is this lab? What are you doing here?
This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule.
What do you know about Zimmer?
That man doesn't have you looking for his pet android, does he? I've already told him to lay off it. He's distracting my entire team.
What kind of place is this, River City?
Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again.
What do you know about this city history?
I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days.
Okay.
Good luck
Goodbye.
finding your father.
Okay, seems likely. Apple. Fresh apple. Fresh potato. Oh wow. So this Zimmer, who is currently at River City, is searching for Android. He believes the android might have been facial reconstruction surgery and memory web. Self-determinate is not malfunction.
Zimmer, by the time you get this message, I'll already be gone. I'm escaping the Commonwealth. I want to live my own life on my own terms, as my own man. I know what you're thinking, that I'm malfunctioning. I used to think that's what caused the runaways too. But I know better now. Self-determination is not a malfunction. I'm not just willing to put up with all the bullshit anymore. You humans are going to have a full-fledged rebellion on your hands if you don't start treating us synths as persons. I know you'll be marshalling the Retention Bureau to come after me, but I know all the tricks of the trade. You won't be finding me, I assure you. By the time you get this, I will be someone else. It's the price I pay for my liberation. My final act of rebellion against a system I no longer believe in. Goodbye, Zimmer, and good riddance.
Okay. Alright. Thanks all for today. Enough. I'm gonna end this episode, so thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, leave comments below. See you later.